Hi, and welcome to the first Off the Cuff podcast. Annie and Claire here. Hi, Annie.
Hi, Claire. How have you been?
Not too bad. Good to see you after such a long time.
Oh, my God. I mean, I've seen you in my living room through the video, but I haven't seen you in person and face-to-face.
Exactly. We've seen a lot of things through the screen over the last 12 weeks, no?
That's right.
So, how's it been? How has your lockdown been? You've been locked up in lockdown.
I have been locked up in lockdown, and with 2 children, which is a very specific type of being locked up in lockdown. It's been a roller coaster, honestly. In the beginning, there were times where I had 5 emotions in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, it was difficult to concentrate. It was hard to pick up a good book.
So you weren't cooking and baking and writing books and learning new skills and things like that, like all these people were doing?
No, the first month, it was amazing to get through the day.
I totally agree. I think I spent at least the first 3 weeks in a state of shock.
I did too.
And then afterwards climbing the wall saying, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to do it?
That's right.
How do you upskill in 24 hours?
That's right. That's right. And I'm still finishing the same book from 2 months ago because I still sometimes find it difficult to concentrate. I have to be honest.
Yes, exactly. It's been tough. It's been tough. Obviously, with 2 small kids, you've been homeschooling.
We have been homeschooling. I have to say I'm really privileged in the sense that my girls like to do their homework. So in that sense, like, we've been very lucky. But it's not been easy. And they definitely, are not following the same schedule of classes and the amount of work they were doing before.
Yeah.
And what's it been like having a young adult at home?
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, I don't have a child. I have a young adult at home. And in fact, he was very good. He was very good at helping me because, as you know, we had to upskill. We had to start changing our whole format or the way we were working, and we had to go online. So let's talk a little bit about teleworking. Wow. Boy, was that an experience.
Wow. Yeah, that was something we just, as a population, we're not ready for, clearly.
Yeah.
I know that in the U.S., my brother and his wife, for example, they've been teleworking for years. But here in Spain, it's not something that we're used to just yet. No? So a lot of people had to upskill really quickly.
Yeah. But I do think it's going to be the future. I think our way of working is going to change, even though as English teachers, we always like being face-to-face. But I think after this situation, I think we're going to change. Everybody's mindset has changed, and we might not do it all online. We're going to have a combination, I think, from now on.
Yeah, hybrid learning, hybrid working will be the future, no? And maybe the silver lining in all of this situation is that us as the Spanish population, we will move into that type of life, no? Where other countries have been doing it for years.
Yeah, and I think we will adapt. And I think you can agree that our experience that we did have in May was a good experience. I mean,
it was.
Because we were learning. Students were learning as well to get used to seeing their teacher through a screen, and we had our teething problems. I mean, I did have situations where the teacher abandoned the class a few times. That didn't look very good, and you're there panicking, saying, "What button will I press? Where have I gone? How do I get back?" Which is, we know how to get out of situations in a face-to-face situation, but online it's just a whole new world. But it's an interesting world.
It has been, and it's been really fun in a way to meet people for the first time through online classes.
Exactly.
And I thought it'd be harder than it was. And it was quite nice. And I have quite a nice relationship with some of my new students that I've never met face to face.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the skills that we had to learn, because I was not very techno before this, and I had to learn a lot of things. I mean, I don't think I actually dream about PowerPoint. I actually I upload things in my sleep. So apart from upskilling on the computer, another thing I've noticed is that we've had the opportunity to learn new vocabulary by watching the news in English. There's been lots of new words. I mean, not to mention COVID-19, right. Which is in our faces 100 times a day. Another word that I learned, which I think most native speakers didn't use before, was the word furlough. And the fact that it's spelled Furlough makes it sound like a remote town in the west of Ireland. But in fact, what to furlough workers is what unfortunately happened to a lot of people, whereby their companies had to let them go temporarily. And yet they were helped by the government and subsidised. But it's the word itself, to furlough workers. I like the word. I like the sound of the word. And you?
Well, I kind of like these new creation words, right? Where we take something that we usually use in a different part of life and mix it together with something. So in the word quarantini, which comes from martini and quarantine, and it kind of, the quarantini is kind of this mixed drink that you have while you are in quarantine. So I like these new words.
So in Ireland, we describe that as getting locked in lockdown. Do you get that?
You mean like locked up, right?
No, you get locked up when you get sent to prison.
Right.
You get locked down when you're in quarantine.
Right.
And you get locked when you consume a large amount of alcohol.
Oh, I didn't know that one, Claire. I'm always learning good words from you.
I'm telling you. So that's our little podcast off the cuff for today. Talking about getting locked up, locked down, just simply locked. And I don't know, maybe who knows what's the next lock will be.
Well, whatever it is, we'll address it in the next podcast. Hope you guys have all enjoyed. I know we have.
Yes, we sure have.
Bye.
Bye.